Hello friends, you are most welcome on my YouTube channel and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Click on subscribe here. दोस्तों अगर आप मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करते हैं तो आपको आने वाली वीडियोस का लिंक आसानी से मिलता रहेगा। आशा करता हूं कि चैनल आपकी तैयारी में हेल्पफुल होगा। गुड लक फ्रेंड्स, नाउ एंजॉय द वीडियो। Hello people, today we are going to cover the summary of The Lord of Flies by William Golding. A plane was evacuating schoolboys from Britain and it got shot down and they all kids fall down on an island. There, one boy name is Ralph and another one is Piggy, and they have some other boys like Jack, Simon, Eric. Okay, so what happens? They decide to make Ralph as their leader, and Piggy, who got a conch shell, and he uses that conch shell to call others. And he also has glasses. He wears glasses. So this is also important thing in one of the KVS exam, Kendriya Vidyalaya exam. Okay, this question was asked that who was wearing glasses and whose glasses were there. So sometimes in exams it is asked. So when they got assembled, Ralph becomes leader, and Jack was given the duty to hunt, duty for hunting for food. And what happens later? There was a point when they decide to set a signal fire there, and but they all were kids, so they could not take care of everything. So the fire engulfed the forest. Now the guy Jack got preoccupied with act of hunting. He was so much desperate for hunting every time, so his behavior was getting changed. See the changes in the story, in the behavior of the small boys. This is the part of analysis. Later, if I will find time, we will discuss this one also. We will have analysis. First they enjoy, but later they become afraid also. One day what happens? Actually, Jack was enjoying there the hunting process, and his behavior was getting changed slowly. One day, what happens? One ship passes there, but the fire was completely burned out. The duty was given to the hunters. Now, Ralph and Piggy see this thing, and they came to Jack, and Jack was enjoying. Ralph was very angry at Jack, so he he and Piggy, Ralph and Piggy, they both come to Jack. But that time, actually, Jack was celebrating with his hunters his first kill, and they were having party there. And when Piggy starts telling some bad things about Ralph, he was accusing him for not taking care of other things. So Jack hits him badly. And later, what happens? A little boy who is the smallest or youngest uh, among them, his name was Little Uns. He became afraid, and he saw a nightmare. And later, they all was preoccupied with this, and they think that there is a big monster on island, and they were not convinced. But when somebody asks among them that where that monster can hide, the Little Uns tells that it can hide into the sea, and they all was convinced. So they became more afraid about this thing. And what happens then? There is important thing to remember that there was a parachutists. So Sam and Eric were given the duty of taking care of the fire, but they also slept. They couldn't see the parachutists there, who fell down, and it was hanging on a tree, and it was flapping. And when Sam and Eric saw that, they thought that it was a monster, and they came to Jack, and Jack assembled all, and he tells that we must hunt that monster. And in this topic, Jack and Ralph were at odds. Now what happens? uh, they started accusing each other. Jack tells Ralph that he is a coward. Now Jack was angry, and he goes to beach and calls all the hunters, but nobody goes that time. And then Ralph tells that we should we should start making huts, and we should start that fire again so that somebody can see us and can help us to go away from here. But that time nobody goes when Jack calls them. But later everybody slips and join Jack. Okay. Now Jack goes there and they kill a sow. Sow means a female swine, a big female swine. They keep the head on a stake. And there was a Simon. Simon and Eric. We know that they both are twins. Okay, so he had a dream about that head who was talking to him and telling him that I will not spare you like this. And he got afraid. He goes to mountains. And now later what happens? He goes to the place where that parachutist is hanging, and he see that, and he realized that everything is means the monster is not there. Okay, he gets the whole thing about this story. And he thinks that the monster is not outside, but monster is inside us. It is monster internally. You can remember this story with this word. And he comes to feast, but his figure was shadowy. They cannot see him clearly, and he gets killed. Okay, so when he gets killed, later later at night, Ralph and Piggy discuss what they have done, and they felt bad about this. And then they decide to go to others, but they all attacked Ralph and Piggy. And Piggy's glasses are stolen now. And there is a boy, Roger, Roger. I missed your R. So Roger. Roger rolls a big stone, and then Piggy dies. But Ralph escapes and goes to the jungle and hides there. Jack ignites the whole forest so that he can get Ralph, but he doesn't come back. When he was exhausted, Ralph was exhausted. He comes to the beach, and he fainted there. But when he opens his eyes next morning, he sees a British naval officer in front of them. When everybody comes there to hunt Ralph, they see also the British naval officer. And British naval officer see the whole thing. He turns his back, and they all felt that they have done wrong, and they all start weeping, and the story ends. So the in short, if we take this story in short, we can say that when on island, there were Ralph and Jack are important. And there are some characters who the question can be asked from them, like Ralph. Who was Ralph? He was leader first. Jack, he was given hunting job. And there was Piggy, who had glasses. And another thing about Piggy, that he also fights with Jack first, and then Jack slaps him. Later, who throws the boulder down? He was Roger. And who were twins? Sam and Eric. Okay, and who sees the flapping first? Okay, Sam and Eric, they both see this one. But what happens later? There was Simon. Okay, Simon was the first boy who understand his about the story about that monster, that it is fake. But he gets killed later. And so who dies? Piggy dies and Simon dies. Okay, and twins were Sam and Eric. I hope all the characters are the important characters are clear now. And please do like and don't forget to share this video with your friends. And I hope you have already subscribed my channel. Bye bye. Take care. See you in next video.